A supermarket isn't usually a dining destination, but at this grocery store, you can fill your shopping cart, then dine in to fill your tummy with traditional Mexican comfort food. On Mission Boulevard in Hayward, it's called Chavez Market.
My dad started the business in 1984 with a meat market and taqueria. Now we have a total of 9 locations, and we're about to celebrate our 30th anniversary. My name is Chavez, and I'm the general manager for Chavez Supermarket and Taquerias. A lot of our dishes are inspired by traditional Michoacan recipes, which is where my family's from. My dad learned from his grandmother. One of the advantages of being part of a supermarket is that we're able to bring in everything fresh, our produce, our meats, and we try to make as much as possible on site. We're always looking at unique ways on how to make our food a little better, whether it's the tortilla or the salsa, and recently we decided to switch over to natural sea salt. For over 25 years, we've been featuring Harris Ranch beef in our meat counter for the supermarket. As a butcher that's focused on quality, my dad knows that if you want a better cut of meat, you have to cut it by a knife, not by a machine. And to this day, we still use knives to cut all our meat. All my brothers decided to follow my dad in the family business. I studied management. My older brother takes care of the finances. And then my younger brother, he takes care of like technology and construction projects. So my mom actually left her job at the county to help my dad, and we feature some of our artwork in our store. We're very proud of the fact that a lot of people of all cultures and ages come into our taquerias. It's a very diverse blend of customers, and we're proud to serve everybody.
Marco, how did you discover this? Were you shopping for groceries and decided, oh, I'm just going to pop over and get a little burrito?
Well, I was on my way to visit my in-laws, and I noticed that there was a Chavez Market there, and it's like, oh, let's pull in there and see what's going on and get some stuff. And lo and behold, there was a taqueria there as well. Mm-hmm. And we decided to I saw the menu, there's a lot of traditional Mexican dishes, and ever since then, I go once or twice a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Reminds you of home, huh?
It reminds me of grandmother's home in Mexico, and especially the birria, which is the goat. It's so tender and it just falls off the bone. But my favorite dish there is the beef stew, which has every imaginable vegetable. It has chayote, carrots, corn on the cob. You can put cilantro, onions. They give you a little side of rice and freshly made tortillas. It creates for a great aroma.
It's like they just go out and pull the vegetables in from the market
from
aisles,
the market,
right?
the fresh markets. Yeah, it's just it's
right.
great. And the portion is good too. And you can't beat the price.
You're right. You can't beat the value. I mean, there is so much food for the price. It was unbelievable. We actually got a couple of different plates, and we kind of did it family style. But the carnitas, we had the carnitas. They were delicious. You know, sometimes you can order carnitas and they're like over fried and just kind of too crunchy. It was delicious, full of juice. I mean, really, really fresh. Literally falling. You know, they weren't all stuck together. It was falling apart. Right. It was just incredible.
It's like that commercial. Don't bother me, I'm eating.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That was exactly it.
And there are exotic ingredients, tongue. And goat and, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes, well, they have menudo on the weekends. They also have pozole. And then they have this traditional thing called a torta, which is the Mexican sandwich. Absolutely. It's really simple, but the bread is so fresh. And so it's a simple dish, but it tastes so good too.
The most pleasantly surprising thing to me was the tamale. I usually don't order them, but the person I was with ordered it, and we did it family style also. And normally I find the tamales very heavy, almost like a brick, but these, the corn, the masa covering was just fluffy and light and melted in your mouth, and the chicken inside was flavorful and rich, and nothing was greasy at all. It was just so fresh, like you said. They went to the produce aisle and just picked the fresh produce from there and put it on your plate. It was excellent. I would definitely recommend it if you're in Hayward. I don't know that I would drive to Hayward, but if you're in Hayward, it's definitely worth a stop because you can pick up some traditional Mexican groceries along with catching a quick bite for lunch, and everything is so fresh and delicious. It's definitely worth a stop.
And you know, it's like if you've been to Mexico, you feel like you're almost in Mexico with the way the cooks behind the counter are talking to you and just to make you feel really comfortable. And then they have the Mexican music in the background, and then you have the market too, right? So it's like, yeah, you might find something that you like there, and then find it in the aisle as well, or in the butcher shop, which is in the back.
Right, they have their own butcher shop,
yeah,
so obviously
they do.
everything is very
and
fresh.
Fresh cheese too, which is really good.
Yeah, the food was amazing. One person had ordered the shrimp fried burrito, which when he first ordered it, I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll try a little bit, but I don't know how much I'm going to really share. You know, I was a little worried because of the fried shrimp. I thought, oh, it's going to be too heavy, too much. But they had just fried it perfectly. It was really light, it was delicious, and just really brought out all of the flavors of like the avocado and the salsa. Then another one had gotten the shrimp quesadilla. And again, I thought, oh, that's going to be really heavy with all the cheese. But again, they had sauteed the shrimp in such a perfect way that it really just brought out all of the flavors. It was delicious. It was just incredible.
And Rachel, what about the shrimp tacos or the shrimp fajitas?
Shrimp fajita taco was delicious. There were, like you said with the beef stew, so many fresh grilled vegetables. There were red peppers and green peppers and onions, and it was just bursting in your mouth with fresh, kind of smoky flavors.
And what about that agua fresca?
My husband had the strawberry one, and it was amazing, super light, just really refreshing. Really
Good complement to the dishes that you
Yeah, absolutely. I've had the horchata there every time I go, the rice water, and it's really, really good. It's not too sweet. It's a little taste of cinnamon, and yeah, it's really good.
Portion sizes are big.
Huge. I mean, we had a ton left over.
Definitely leftovers.
Yeah.
They don't sell nachos in Mexico, but when you go there, it's a huge pile of chips. It's for like 2-3 people. There's enough carne asada, and then there's the guacamole, the sour cream, and they just keep stacking it on. And it's the black beans, it's the rice, it's the cheese, and it is just this mountain of food that is just, when put all together on that little chip, it's really, really good. And again, the value of it for the amount that they give you.
For under $10.
For under $10.
Absolutely.
All right, this is your spot, Marco. Wrap it up for us.
Yeah, well, again, it's traditional Mexican food at a pretty reasonable price. And if you like what you ate, chances are you can walk over to the grocery store and buy it and try to make it yourself.
All right, and Teresa.
If you're ever in Hayward and looking for some delicious, fresh Mexican food, definitely go to Chavez Market.
Okay, Rachel.
It's the perfect one-stop shop. You can have a quick lunch and then go buy the fresh Mexican ingredients to make it on your own.
All right. If you would like to try Chavez Market, it's on Mission Boulevard at Sycamore Avenue in Hayward. The telephone number is 510-888-9878. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $12.